For better or for worse, professional wrestling has gone through countless transformations in its extensive and extremely entertaining history. Here are the 10 most important moments that changed wrestling forever. Vincent K. McMahon takes control. Following in his father's footsteps, Vince McMahon founded Titan Sports in 1979, incorporated it in 1980, and bought Capital Wrestling Corporation and the WWF from the elder McMahon in 1982. Vince Jr. then revolutionized the wrestling business by signing talent from other promotions and refusing to stay within regional confines, forming a national and eventually international entity, the likes of which the world had never seen before. Vince later claimed that if his father had known what he planned to do, he likely would have never sold his stock. WrestleMania 1. The success of the very first WrestleMania undoubtedly thrusted pro wrestling into the mainstream. But had it flopped, the entire promotion could have folded. Vince McMahon had sunk an enormous amount of money into the event, as well as its performers, celebrity guests, marketing, and nationwide broadcast on closed-circuit TV. Although the actual show left something to be desired, it still netted the WWE a cool $4 million, much more than anyone expected. And now WrestleMania is one of the most popular entertainment events of the year, and none of it could have been possible without the success of the very first one. Hogan joins the NWO. When the Monday Night Wars officially started in late 1995, it was a pretty even back and forth, with the WWE winning one week and WCW the next. However, all of that changed when former WWE star Hulk Hogan, who had joined WCW in mid-1994, joined forces with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall to form the New World Order. Although Nash and Hall's defections from WWE already gave Nitro a boost, the Hulksters' alliance with the duo helped the show beat Raw for an unprecedented 84 consecutive weeks. In an effort to boost viewership, the WWE eventually began pushing more mature content, which ushered in the Attitude Era. Mr. McMahon is born. Although Vince McMahon was handed the company reins from his father in the 80s, he was relatively silent in his ownership role, opting instead to simply handle the play-by-play commentary. However, after worked shoots by Jim Ross, Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the infamous Montreal Screwjob, McMahon permanently left the announcer's table, became a regular part of the show as a wrestler and authority figure, and created the hated heel we all know today. Can you imagine the iconic moments we would have missed had this not happened? WWE goes public. After not being able to afford some of its top talent only a few years prior, WWE reported revenue of more than $251 million in the 1999 fiscal year, and a net income of $56 million. This led to the promotion becoming a publicly traded company, issuing some 10 million shares of stock valued at $17 each. The most important takeaway from this, however, is that for the first time in company history, Vince McMahon no longer had the ultimate say in all things WWE. We'll let you decide whether or not this was a good thing, but either way, there's no doubting the promotion became a whole different beast on October 19, 1999. Vince buys WCW. Although WCW was once a fierce rival of WWE, a series of creative and financial missteps led to its eventual collapse and the abrupt cancellation of its content on TBS and TNT. After numerous bids to buy the company fell through, WWE stepped in and acquired its competition for just $7 million on March 23, 2001. Not only would this deal spell the eventual end of new WCW content, it allowed WWE to buy the former promotion's trademarks, tape library, contracts, and other properties, officially ending the war between the two companies and uniting them as one. Eddie Guerrero's death. Fans have unfortunately become used to seeing older wrestlers die prematurely, but Eddie Guerrero's sudden death from atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease in 2005 at the age of only 38 was an enormous wake-up call. In response, WWE instituted a wellness policy that focused on routine testing for heart ailments in addition to use or abuse of steroids, recreational drugs, prescription drugs, or even alcohol. Although fans may complain each time a wrestler is suspended under the new policy, it became clear that WWE valued the health of its performers. And the policy has already saved the life of at least one wrestler, MVP. Chris Benoit's death. Although the double murder and suicide committed by Chris Benoit in 2007 brought up questions regarding how WWE should handle his past, it also brought about major changes in wrestling's future. Many medical experts believe Benoit's actions may have been caused by his severely damaged brain, and thus the WWE expanded its wellness policy to include better ways to detect, monitor, and prevent head trauma. This includes utilizing the same concussion protocol used in pro sports, halting pushes of wrestlers who have suffered concussions, and, to the dismay of many fans, outlawing moves that specifically target the head, such as chair shots and pile drivers. WWE goes PG. While pro wrestling had traditionally been a haven for violence, sex, and crude language, the WWE decided to officially transition to more family-friendly content on June 23, 2008. This came on the heels of the aforementioned wellness policy expansions and coincided with Linda McMahon's upcoming run for a US Senate seat. But the main reason was to attract a larger audience by appealing to younger viewers. A larger audience also spells for more advertising dollars, especially from so-called family-friendly companies like McDonald's, Walmart, Pepsi, and Mattel. The WWE Network debuts. WWE has a long and storied history, and on February 24, 2014, that history suddenly became available at every fan's fingertips. This is the day the WWE Network was introduced, a service that allows subscribers to watch all WWE pay-per-view events live, in addition to over 24 past and current shows, several films, and virtually every WWE, WCW, and ECW match and show ever aired. It even includes several years of Smoky Mountain Wrestling, Mid-South, and AWA episodes. To the surprise and delight of many, the WWE Network is now one of the top streaming services in the world. Are there any more deserving moments that we missed? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to like and share this video. For more wrestling content, follow The Sportster on YouTube.